Hi, everyone. Actually, there's nobody here but me that I can see. Uh, yeah, this is just a middle of the week video talk. I have a few things to talk about, but it won't be much fun if I don't have anybody to talk to. But I'm going to record this anyway because I don't have a haul to do, and it's not time for the Sunday sales. So, yeah, I'd like to come on at least once in the middle of the week. I'll report on my chickens. They're the same. I haven't, yesterday it was nearly 90 degrees for a short time, but there was a breeze and it wasn't bad at all. In fact, I enjoy the warmer weather. And today it's barely 60 and I'm freezing. Yeah, yesterday I was having such back pain I couldn't get comfortable even to do a video. So it's not good to sit on this couch. Actually, I should have done this video in where I do my regular videos, but sometimes I like to have a different background. I just saw something on my TV. It's on YouTube. It's backgrounds. If I would have known about that, I would have somehow parked myself with the TV behind me and had that for the background. I may try to do that next time. It's all different fall scenes. Really pretty. So I may try to do that. I don't know if that'll work or even if you're allowed to do that, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I named this It's Always Something. Lightning Bug, hi. I'm glad you're here. I named this It's Always Something. I used to have a blog. It was part of my main blog, and I had two different pages. One was just Shirley's World, and one was It's Always Something. And it was fun writing a blog. I enjoyed it until once I got into reselling and into vlogging, I sort of let it go by the wayside. But it's still on there. You can still look up my blogs. There's like 3 years worth of them on there, a huge amount of them. But yeah, I should go back to writing in there at least once a week. It was fun to do. The first thing on my list here that made me think of doing this was the other day I heard the mail lady honk out front on the road. Now, she always comes back here and picks up all my packages on the deck. I just put it out the back door, and she drives her truck in and picks it up on the deck. Well, she honked, and then she called me. And she said to meet her down by the road. So I took my packages in the bin and walked down to the road. Now, that's about, I don't know, maybe 100 feet from my house, from the back door to the road. I'm not good at distances, but I think, or 100 yards, not feet, yards, 100 yards. So, yeah, it's a good distance. It can't be 100 yards. That's a football field, right? It must be 100 feet. Anyway, I walked the packages down there, and she got out of her truck. She was so upset. She said they just got a notice that day that nobody's allowed to drive into anybody's driveways and pick up mail. And that means I can't leave them on my deck anymore. I have to cart my packages. I was thinking down by the road. I says, well, I'm afraid to leave a whole bin of packages down here for, somebody will pick them up. She says, so she looked around. She says, can we put them behind that tree? Now, the tree is halfway up to the house, that big drooping tree of mine. The trunk is, you know, big around like this. So she says, if you put the bin right behind the trunk, I'll be able to pick it up and I don't think anybody will see it. So that's what I've been doing for a couple days. She says they're hoping that this order gets reversed because she was upset because she says, I have 2 or 3 different customers that are absolutely homebound and cannot even walk, that they can walk down to their mailbox. And she delivers their mail right to their door. So she says, I don't know what they're going to do. It's all because some male person, and it wasn't even in Medina, some male person fell in somebody's driveway. And now they've made this stupid rule. They're probably trying to sue the post office. It always comes down to money. So anyway, for now, I have to cart my things out to behind the tree and leave them. I would think that's hard. It's harder for her. She has to walk across this big expanse of grass, up a hill and over grass to get to the bin now. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll change, but that's the first thing that happened. Then yesterday I had 0 sales. I think I had something last week, the week before, 0 sale day too. Well, yesterday was my 0 sales. Sales have been super slow for me, even slower than they have been. It's been a horrible week. So today I've only had 1 sale on eBay, and it was just a $17 sale. It's not even a nice sale. So I had no packages for her to pick up this morning. So I took a little note and walked it down across the road to my mailbox, put it in the mailbox that there's no packages today. So this is a lot of trouble just because she can't drive up the driveway now, or she'll get into trouble. You know that they track their trucks. They can track their trucks and see exactly what they're doing and where they're going. Anyway, besides my chickens having this gleat, which is a problem with their like they have the runs, and it's actually it's another problem. It's a bacterial problem or yeast problem. It's a yeast problem. So I've been feeding them more more things I'm supposed to be feeding them for this, but it doesn't seem to be getting any different. So I'm probably going to have to there's 3 of them that have it. I'll have to bring them in one by one and put them in the tub, clean their butts, dry them off, blow dry them before I can put them out, because now it's gotten chilly outside. Well, when I was looking at them yesterday, I noticed that one of my hens, and this has never happened before with all the flocks I've had and all the chickens I've had, this has never happened before. Just one of my chickens, Lacey, her name is, she has her nails on her feet have gotten like this long, really long. I've never seen chickens with nails that long. So I looked it up on Google, of course, and you can cut their nails just like you cut a dog's nails, but you have to be careful because they too have, a quick or a vein that goes into their nails too, of course, to feed their nails. Hi, Randy. Hi, Diane. Oh, Lightning Bug has chickens. You have 14 and 12 and 2 roosters. Wow. Have you ever had to cut their nails? Yeah, so that's the next thing I have to do. I have to grab her, and she's the only one that has it. I don't know if she's not clawing enough, scratching as much as the other chickens. They usually keep their nails pretty short. I've never seen nails like this on any of my chickens. So I have to go out and sit down and grab her, and if I grab her and turn her over and have her lay on her back on my lap, they get real quiet. And then I can just trim her nails, keeping in mind not to trim them too short because they'll bleed. I'll have a little dish of cornstarch or something next to me. Or I should get some of that quick stop stuff before I do this. I don't know. Have you ever had that problem with your chickens? Or have you ever had chickens with bleat? And what have you done? Oh, I'm feeding mine probiotics at the moment. Okay. You've never cut their nails, but you have removed the spurs, yeah. Yeah, that was all in that article I read about the nails. Yeah, I've never had a rooster. I always get my chicks from, I forget the name of it now, but they're mail order chickens and they guarantee that you get all hens. They're only 1 day old, so I don't know how. There's some expert that can tell there. I've never had one turn into a rooster. Yeah, do you have any trouble with your roosters? First of all, I don't have enough chickens. I don't have enough hens to even have a rooster. I only have 5 now. I think at the most I've had 8. But I think you should have 8 to 10 to have one rooster. At least that's what I've heard. I never planned on having one, but that was just in case. Yeah. I've been having some list perfectly problems. I use list perfectly to cross list from eBay to Poshmark. And every once in a while, you'll have a day where it just doesn't work right. And you have to keep signing in and it just doesn't work right. And I've had a number of those days. And if you go on list perfectly, it's different problems that they're having. And you have to wait like half a day. Yeah, now the last couple days it's been fine. But the day before yesterday, it took me forever to cross list. I wanted to go out and sit yesterday. It was such a nice day. It was really warm, but it was breezy, so it was nice. And it was sunny. I wanted to get some sun. And I just have so much trouble just going out and sitting. My mind is racing at other things I should be doing. I have trouble sitting still unless I'm laying down because of my back. I have to either be laying down watching something on TV. I can't just sit and enjoy the nature. It's terrible. I would like to do that. I planned on doing that, but I kept thinking of all the things I should be doing other than just sitting there. Yeah, especially as I'm older. I need to be enjoying just some quiet time more. Of course, all my time is quiet time. Except for little Penny. She's sleeping next to me here on the couch. Well, I'm glad somebody else has chickens here besides me. Yeah, I used to have a lot of videos all about my chickens before I was reselling. There's a lot on the blog, and there's a lot on way back on my vlogs. I mean, a couple years ago. There's a lot of things about my chickens when they were little and all the stuff that you have to go through to raise them from chicks. Do any of you must all sell on eBay, right? Do you sell on eBay? You know, every time you'd get a sale, this was before, it used to, on your phone, it used to go ka-ching, and you knew you got a sale. Well, that stopped working about, I don't know how long it's been. It's been at least 4 months. It hasn't worked. My daughter's isn't working either, and I heard a lot of other people's aren't working. If you go on YouTube or Google, people think they have figured out how to get it back, but I've tried every method that they've suggested, and I still don't have that sound back when you get an eBay sale. So I really like that. Everybody likes that sound. I don't know why they'd take that away. But if anybody here knows how to get that back for sure, let me know. Okay. Undercover yard sales here too. Yours hasn't ka-chinged for at least a year? Tried uninstalling, reinstalling, changing. Yes, I've done all that too. And nothing's fixed it. I'm just wondering if they just stop doing it. Or isn't it I don't know. It's on your phone. I don't know if it has anything to do with eBay or if it's just something when you get a sale, the phone, I don't know what makes it ka-ching actually, but Lightning Bug still gets it. Just not as often if you'd like, right? Well, some people get it and some people don't. I just don't understand it. Of course, there's a whole bunch of things I don't understand in this world. Yesterday, I don't know, I was feeling poorly. It was my back. When my back hurts long enough, it gives me cramps. When I used to go to the chiropractor all the time, there's a chart on the wall in the office, and there's certain vertebrae, if they're out of place, can affect the muscles in your abdomen. So he said, yes, a lot of times when you're out of place, it can give you cramps. So I swear he's used to fix it a lot of times. I need to go back to the chiropractor. I haven't been there since the beginning of the pandemic. I went there a few times and I wore a mask. I didn't go for the first 6 months of the pandemic, and then I finally went and I had a mask on. I didn't even come in. I would come in the back door where there wasn't a lot of people, and I asked him to wear a mask. He refused to wear a mask. He had one of those shields on. Well, they don't help like a mask does. So he would wear the shield, I would wear a mask, and I went a few times. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, if your patient asks you to put on a mask, I would think you would do it, wouldn't you? So I sort of got mad at him and stopped going. Sort of, I bit off my nose to spite my face. Is that the same? So I really need to go back there. And start going there weekly. I was going twice a week for a while. I got a new Amazon card, Amazon Prime Visa card in the mail today to replace my old one that's running out. And this one has that tap thing. All you have to do is tap it on these places that have that little sign. You don't have to insert it. You don't have to, pull it down on that reader. You just tap it. However, I keep mine in my drawer by my big computer because that's the one I use on Amazon. And usually I'm ordering things from the computer in the other room. So I just keep it there. I don't even keep it in my purse. But I noticed when they sent an envelope that said on it, it was all addressed back to them with the postage paid and everything. And it said, put your old card in here and send it back. So I'm thinking, well, that just doesn't seem safe to me. I'm just going to cut mine up. Well, when I went to cut mine up, I could not cut it. There's something in the newer cards, at least in the Visa Prime card, I couldn't cut it with the scissors. So I thought, well, maybe that's why they're giving me an envelope. Maybe you can't cut your cards up anymore, at least some kinds. So I put it in the envelope and it's going to get mailed. I renewed my new card and it's back in the drawer. Oh. So like I said, it's always something. What's everybody been doing? And how is your weather and where do you live? Where does everybody live? You probably told me this before. My son was supposedly coming out last weekend to trim off that tree that the branch that fell down. But he couldn't come, so now he's coming either this Saturday or Sunday. So hopefully he will come for sure. Well, you live in Alabama. 35 miles from the Gulf. Well, we had a place in Florida on Anna Maria Island on the Gulf. Yeah. It was right where the Gulf and Tampa Bay came together. Is where our house was. Yes. I've sold that now. And then every winter, I'm sorry that I've sold that property. Diane, you live in Chicago? Yeah, it's in the 60s. Yeah, it's barely 60 here and breezy and sort of cloudy. So to me, that feels cold. I know it isn't, but I'm always cold. I read an article about walking barefoot. This not outside, even in your house. That is very good for your feet to walk barefoot. So I'm going to try that. Instead of wearing shoes constantly and having your feet in one position, this is supposedly good for arthritis. I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm old. I have arthritis of everything. It's 96 there in Alabama. Wow. Yeah. I'd like a little bit of that heat. Right now, it's probably humid though, right? Poor Puerto Rico. I can't believe they got hit so badly again. Now it's up near the Virgin Islands. Is it the Virgin Islands? I guess the Caribbean islands. That's a bad tornado. Not tornado, hurricane. Are you getting anything at all from that? I know Diane's your mom. You're going to be 40 this year. Well, you're young. When I was 40, I had all kinds of energy. We didn't move here till I was, I don't know, close to 50. Oh, no, it was more than that. I was in my 50s when we moved here. I still had so much energy in my 50s. In fact, I put in huge gardens, huge perennial gardens, and then a huge vegetable garden that was like 20 feet by 30 feet. It was big, with a big rototiller and everything that I would run. Yeah, all kinds of energy. I don't know. I didn't lose my energy really till in my 70s. Started to dwindle. Yes, I love the fall too. I just hope we have a long fall and don't go from summer to winter. I love the fall. I hope it lasts a long time. And yeah. I like sweaters. I like sweater weather. When it's not storming, rainy, wet, or snowing, and you have to put extra clothes on to go outside. You keep going and going, but sometimes you get tired when you don't stop. Yeah. Sometimes I do. I make myself overly tired that it's a horrible feeling when you get so overtired you just can't do anything. Yeah. Everybody likes snow for Christmas, but I'm okay if we don't have it till January. Because usually last year we didn't. We usually used to travel over to my son's house, which is like 40 minutes away. We used to go in the evening on Christmas Eve. Well, I won't drive in the dark anymore. So then last year they all came out here for Christmas Eve. And then Thanksgiving, we go over there, but earlier. Yeah. Well, at least I'm legal and I have my driver's license again. A mild winter, that would be great. As long as it's not just wet and slush and rain. I like snow. I like the kind of winters we had when I was young. I lived in Erie, Pennsylvania. That's in the snow belt. We would get snow this is when I was little. We would get snow early and it would stay all winter. It would pack, you'd get snowpack and it would pack and it would always be white snow. You'd never have all this rain, snow. that makes such a slushy mess. At least that's what I remember. I didn't have to shovel it back then. But yeah, it was, of course, that was in the snow belt. There's more snow there. My sister's there now. That's where Sue lives in Erie. They get much more snow than I do, even. A dusting of snow on Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's always nice, I guess. I have the trouble of getting from, because I have to go out to the chickens every day, no matter what the weather. And now I have to put my bin of packages out under the tree. I don't know what we're going to do in the winter. Kitty, just a minute. This cat constantly is talking. Now she wants to go out. She cries at the door to go out, or she cries over in the drawer where she knows the treats are. And she just won't shut up until I do something about it. But anyway, I have to get across the driveway to the chickens, and my driveway, if we have that snow, the warm and the cold, and warm and cold, it gets really icy. And I am so afraid of falling. And so I have a spike on the end of my walking stick, but still. So I order my dog food and everything from Chewy's, and you can order salt. Everybody was out of salt last year. I couldn't get any salt, rock salt. And I don't like to use rock salt. I like to use the kind that's okay for your pet's feet. So I've been ordering it, a jug every once in a while. I have 3 jugs now. I don't know how many I'll need to last me the winter. But I need it just enough to make a path for myself to get across the driveway in the winter. Yeah, and put it on the deck. But the rock salt hurts the wood on the deck, and it's not good for your pet's feet. So I use this other salt. Of course, it's more expensive, is the problem, but I'm buying it little bits at a time, a jug at a time. Yeah, I thought Bumblebee would check today. I was gonna come on yesterday. I think I told my sister I was gonna be on yesterday, and then I just didn't feel good enough to do it. So, I have tried all kinds of back pillows to put behind me, and nothing's really works except to lay flat. So anyway, I don't know if the rest of you, do you watch, what's the name of it? Chris's channel, Chris Lynn. What's the name of it? God, I'm having one of those word days today. Anyway, you know who I mean, I'm sure. Christopher Lynn. He had one of his videos on YouTube it's called eBay Live Store Roasting. And it's his group, his Patreon group. I'm not sure if everybody can get that or if you have to be a member of his Patreon group. But once in a while, everybody can see these. It's like that Zoom call thing. And it's called eBay Live Store Roasting. And then in parentheses, it says, "These stores suck." So I started watching it. And he just put that ending on there just to get people to watch it. He even said that. But most of the stories were good, and it's very interesting and really daily refinement. Thank you, Randy. It was really interesting to see them going through and saying what was good and what was bad and what they could do better. Really good. I learned a lot. And yes, a couple other people from his Patreon group came on and did it too with him. But that's a good one to watch if you can find it. I watch something from him almost every day. Now, where have I gotten as far as my cleaning out my house? My kitchen's almost done. I should have taken before and after pictures, but I just have, I think all that's left to do is I have to empty out the junk drawers. I probably said this last week and I haven't done it yet. I'm going to empty out the junk drawers all in a big box and just pick the things that I absolutely have to put back, because I'm telling you, these are true junk drawers. I even have one in my office where my big computer sits. That drawer needs cleaned out too. So, yeah, the junk drawers need cleaned out. And then when that's done, I think that room is pretty much done. And then I will start, I guess, in here. This isn't too bad in here, but there's a lot of things I can get rid of. In the dining room, I'm doing these living spaces first, because once I get to the rooms where eBay has taken over, I mean, yeah, there's things I can get rid of, but you can't get rid of your inventory except to sell it, which that's what I'm trying to do. There was somebody on Whatnot. Do you people go on and watch Whatnot at all? Whatnot, the auction site. Now that I'm waiting for my real driver's license to come by mail. I just have the paper one right now. And as soon as it comes, I'm going to apply to sell on Whatnot. Now, whether I'll really do it is another story. But at least I'll be okay to do it. You've never seen it? Yeah, you just go on and sign up online on your phone. It's free. You don't have to do anything. You do have to put your paying information on, because anybody that goes on there, they don't want them bidding and not being able to pay, or not having anything on there to pay. So you do have to do that to sign up. But it's fun to watch, and I've ordered a couple different times on there to resell. I've sold a couple things that I bought. But I was watching somebody yesterday, and she named her thing sell out or something like that. And she was taking bundles. She was doing bundles, and she was putting like 14 things, showing each thing and then putting them in a box. And then you bid on the box. And that would be a good way to get rid of a lot of inventory. I'm talking about inventory I've had for 3 years. Right now I'm going through piece by piece, redoing the listings and putting it on really inexpensively with free shipping and all the stuff. It's so much slower than going on Whatnot and doing this. But we'll see. It might be fun. It might be just so beyond what I can do. I don't know. But I think with that, I'm going to close and lay down here flat for a while, let the cat out before she has a stroke over there. And I've done my listing for today. I've taken photos. I didn't make my drafts for tomorrow yet. I have that yet to do, which means I have to measure and bag and then do the drafts for tomorrow's things. So then I'll pretty much be out of inventory again. But starting yesterday, I'm sort of putting old things, like I'm ending listings and doing sell similar and sort of interspersing those in amongst the new things that I'm doing. So instead of putting 6 new things on every day, I'm putting like 3 new things and 3 things that I've redone. Makes my inventory last longer. So I will see you for sure on Sunday, and I'll be back then. Thank you all for coming. And Bumblebee, I know you'll be watching this later. And Sue, you missed me. I'll be back Sunday, and see you then. Bye.